Ahoy, everyone. Ahoy, everyone. Welcome to another spooky episode of the O Show. We have technical difficulties around here. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, you guys, so I have another scary story to tell you. Okay, so there is this movie. It came out back in 1988. Now, I remember watching this movie on Fox. If you live in Chicago, it's Fox 32. They used to play this movie all the time. So it had to either be, I don't know, if not late 88, it was probably airing in 89. But reading it now, I didn't realize it was in the theater. It was a theatrical release, and it was a failure because the movie is stupid. I remember watching this movie because they used to always show the trailer for the commercial, tonight's feature presentation, The Kiss. The trailer was so weird, and it always ended with this girl going, "What do you want?" And then this woman is over her going, "The Kiss." But watching it now as an adult, because I have not seen this movie since pre-1990. Anything after 1990, I don't think I've ever seen this movie aired again. And I don't think I ever, you know what, too? Because watching on TV, and this was other movies too, because you watch it on TV, it's gonna have commercials, it's gonna be edited, and so when I would go to a video store, I would get stuff so I could see the unedited version, right? I honestly have never seen this movie on a shelf in a video store, because I would have definitely got it, because I did that with all the movies, because I just wanted to see what was different, what did they take out. And I don't think I ever seen this movie sitting on a Blockbuster shelf. Is that weird? And I used to tell my friends about this movie. We'll talk about old movies from back in the day. And every single time I would just think of The Kiss. Did you ever see The Kiss? And people have no idea what the hell I was talking about. And I was like, I don't even know if this movie really existed because no one has ever seen it. So, you guys, it is actually right now on YouTube. Someone has the whole movie streaming. So, if you want to check it out, check it out. So, we are going to spoil and talk about it right now. I don't know about kids today, but do you guys remember this TriStar horse? Okay, y'all, so the movie starts off in 1963 Congo, right? So we have this father, his two daughters, their names are Felice and Hillary, and then their aunt. So the father is taking Hillary to America, and then the aunt is taking Felice to Europe. So the aunt and Felice get on this train, and they're sitting there, and then the aunt reveals that she has this talisman, and so they're sleeping in their train car. The aunt gets the talisman, and then when the little girl wakes up, she sees that her aunt is bleeding at the mouth, reaches over and kisses her. Okay, so already the movie is just out of control. And you're what the hell is happening? But the train gets to wherever, the next station or what have you. And then it's discovered that the aunt is now dead and decomposing. And then Felice just walks off the train like nothing happened. With the talisman in her hand. So, okay. So now we fast forward 25 years. And we are in the suburbs of New York. Some kind of New York suburb. And we see Hillary is now married to a man named Jack. And they have a teenage daughter named Amy. Now, Amy is played by this actress named Meredith Salinger. She's so pretty. She actually has been in a lot of TV shows and movies over the years. So, if she looks familiar, look her up. You've probably seen her. Okay, so then Hillary gets a phone call at this party. I guess Amy just became baptized, and they're throwing her a pool party. So there's a telephone call that comes in, and it's Felice out of nowhere. And I guess Felice is it's time, we need to meet. And then Hillary's like, hell no. So she leaves the party to run an errand, and she's looking at this guns in a gun store. So she's like window shopping for guns. And then this freak accident happens where this Jeep comes like rushing towards her, hits her. She goes flying into the store, and the Jeep like lands on top of her. This truck, rather. First of all, do you see the way like she's flying through this window? Like, when did the truck hit her? It's just like, when did she go into the window with the truck? Like, I'm not like an expert on accidents, but it just looks so weird. So anyway, whatever. She's under the truck, and she does get pulled out alive, even though she loses a leg. But I guess like after that, like her body was like, nope, and then she dies. So she didn't make it, and they have a funeral for her. So we fast forward again like a few months, and Jack and Amy go to visit the grave, and there's a woman standing there. And so they find out that it's Felice. So Felice is in town for work. She says that she's this model, and she's going to be there for a while. So they invite her back to the house, and, you know, Jack's like, come on, your family, like, hang out with us. So she does. So Felice sleeps over, and the next day, she's preparing, like, these healthy drinks for everybody. And the next door neighbor, Brenda, who's a nurse, comes in and accidentally bumps Felice with the door, and Felice cuts herself. Some of Felice's blood gets on Brenda. So keep that in mind. That's going to come into play later. Alright, so Amy has a friend named Heather. Heather comes over. She's like, let's go to the ball. And so they do. Heather forgets her sunglasses, so Felice is like, oh, I'll give it to him. And she tries to catch them. She kind of does, but she overhears how Amy's like, she's weird. I don't want her staying here. And so now Felice is kind of pissed. So what she does is, well, we don't know this at first. So what ends up happening is Amy and Heather go to the mall, and she gets on this. They get on this escalator. Heather drops her lipstick, so she goes to get it, and when she bends down, her necklace gets caught in the escalator. Right? That's probably my first fear of escalators. But anyway, that happens. Now she doesn't die; she survives, but she gets very mangled up. So we cut to, I believe, the next day. I hate these movies. You have to figure out, is this the same day or is it not? So I think it's the next day. So Amy's like out by the pool, and then Felice and Jack are out, and Amy decides, you know what, I'm gonna go upstairs and go through Felice's stuff. So she does, and she opens up her suitcase, and she finds like some artifacts, some pictures. She finds a talisman, and then lastly she finds Heather's sunglasses, right, from the other day, but they're like kind of bloodied. So we're like, and she's like, But then Felice and her dad come back home, so she tries to put everything away, but she gets caught by Felice. Slow as hell. Like, girl, you'd have heard, pack everything up and get out of that room. Amy finally tells her dad, like, Dad, you know, like, it's really weird. I found all this stuff in her luggage. Like, I'm not comfortable with her. Like, I think she needs to leave. And then, you know, Jack, of course, is like, no, she can't leave. So he just dismisses her, right? Because why? Men are always like, what are you talking about? She's a beautiful lady. But later he agrees, and he goes, well, you know, Amy said this, so I think maybe we'll put you in a hotel. So Felice is like, fine, whatever. But that same night, Jack is, he awakes from these noises he hears from downstairs. So he goes downstairs, and he finds that the back door is like open, the windows are open, so like the door is like slamming. So he closes everything, but then there's this commotion happening inside the pantry, and he goes in there, and there's this damn like demon cat inside the pantry. What the hell is this thing? So it like scratches him and then jumps out the window, right? So then the next morning, Felice is like wiping down his scars. He has his shirt off, and Amy comes down. She's like, "What's going on?" So Amy goes to school, right? Leaving Jack and Felice at home, and then Felice like kisses Jack, seduces him, and then these fools have sex. Why? Because Jack is a man, and men just do stupid shit. Okay, so then like the next couple scenes are just really weird. So Amy's at school, and she ends up having her period in one of her classes. So she gets up and she runs away. She ends up going to the hospital to see Brenda about it. So she changes her clothes, and she's saying like, "Brenda, I think Felice is doing it. Like, she's giving us these healthy drinks. I just want like a Coke." They have like a little like fight or like whatever. It's not like a huge fight, but Brenda's like, "Whatever, you're crazy." So Amy leaves, but then Amy like goes to the mall. So there's this boy named Terry who she's kind of crushing on, and he works at the mall. And so she goes there, she's talking to him, and then she's telling him about the drama with her aunt. So he drives her home. It's like late at night, and her father's like, "Where the hell have you been? Like, your teacher called like a long time ago, and then you were out at the mall." Because that makes sense. So he's like, "Look, I gotta go out of town. I got this job thing. We'll talk." But he tries to talk to her, right? But she's still like, "Dad, like, it's Felice. She did it to me. I was sick earlier. She's doing all this stuff." That guy Terry takes it upon himself to go to the hotel that Felice is in, breaks into the room to do, I don't know what he thought he was doing, but he breaks into her hotel room, which conveniently is like a door with a hallway you have to walk down. Like, you're in the room, right? You go into the room, there seems to be this hallway of a wall, you have to go walk around the wall. It's not like a hotel room, you open the door and you're there, you're in the room. So of course, so he goes in and like he sees that Felice, I keep want to call her Teresa, it's Felice. God, I just did it again. Felice, not Therese. So, alright, so Felice, he sees Felice, she's on the ground, she's doing this crazy ritual with blood, and there's candles, and he notices she has like this horrible like scarring on her back. So he also has this thing where he has an earring and he keeps losing the stud. He lost the stud the first time he met Amy. He loses the stud now that he's in the hotel room. So anyway, he like runs away. So we then see that evil ass, ugly ass cat again. So now we see that the cat belongs to Felice, obviously, but we still don't know 100% of what the hell this cat is, right? Yet. So we're gonna get to that. So in the meantime, while he's trying to escape and drive away, Felice takes his earring, puts it in the talisman, cuts herself, pours the blood into the top, the blood comes out, and pours into whatever object belongs to that person. And now that is what's making the people have these accidents. So, yeah, so now we got that. So that's why she had Heather's, so she already had Heather's glasses, but now she used the glasses to cause that accident. Which I don't know when she had time to do that in the house. Because it was like the middle of the day. People were in the house, so when did she have time to put a spell on Heather? That didn't make any sense. So the cat ends up killing Terry, and it looks like he committed suicide, but that's how he dies. But before he gets into his car, he calls Amy and says, "Hey, I broke into her hotel. I saw this. She had all these marks on her back." Then he got into his car. So Amy now talks again with her dad. Like, he didn't leave yet. He came in. He's like, "Okay, I'm about to leave." Blah, blah, blah. She's like, "Hey, I got proof now. Like, Terry broke into her hotel and she saw this, or he saw this, she got these scars on her back." And then her dad, Mr. Jack, goes,
"Something awful."
"What are you talking about? She's just got a birthmark. It's nothing."
Oh, God.
Oh, look, honey, I'm sorry.
What's happening?
Amy, just listen.
You fucked her!
Now, see, this is definitely not on TV. She didn't say, did you fuck her on Fox 32. So that was obviously edited out. Because I was like, she swears in this movie? She's such a nice girl. So anyway, he slaps the shit out of his daughter. And then, you know, of course, he's all like, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. So anyway, bye, Jack. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. Okay, what happened next? Oh yeah, so Amy and Terry were supposed to meet at this park like later that night. So Amy leaves after her dad leaves for his trip thing. So Amy leaves and goes to this park. So she's waiting, and then she sees a car. And who's in the car? It's Felice. So Amy goes running away. She runs into this church, and she talks to the pastor. And the pastor's like, "Oh, Amy, what are you doing here so late?" And she's like, "I'm trying to run away from my aunt. She's evil." And so he goes, "Oh, your aunt? You mean Felice?" And she's like, "What the hell? Why do you know about my aunt?" He's like, "Oh, your mom used to talk about her. They had a bad falling out or whatever. And she said your aunt is a schizophrenic or something." And that whole thing didn't make any sense. He just has all this information. I guess they might have talked, but it's just so weird and just awkward and convenient that she runs into him and gets this information. So Felice shows up in the church. So I guess like the holiness doesn't work, because she's like, "If you really believed, Father, I wouldn't be here," or something. Something weird. So Amy runs away from Felice and hides, and then Felice like takes the pastor's Bible. Now she has a item from the pastor. Okay, so the pastor runs off. Felice goes looking for Amy. She's looking through room to room to room. So she finally goes to the room that Amy's in. Amy's hiding in this corner. But Amy gets this pair of scissors and she stabs Felice through the throat, right? So the scissors go into here and come out here, right? But Felice seems to not be affected by it, and that makes Amy faint. Because she's like, what the fuck? So that's that. When the dad left the house, he stopped next door and talked to Brenda. And after they talked, Brenda was like, So remember the blood from the beginning when Felice cut her hand the first time she met Brenda. So Brenda, I guess, has not done laundry yet. And so, I mean, if you get blood on your blouse or something, aren't you supposed to like hurry up and get that out? Anyway, Brenda didn't. So she was like, well, I'm going to take this shirt down to this lab and have the blood tested, because who does that? So Brenda does. And fast forward to the results of that test. Turns out they think she's playing a joke on them because it's the blood of a corpse. The only time you see blood like this is if the person is dead. So she's like, woo! So she calls Jack. Jack is about to get on this plane, and then he doesn't. And so she goes and picks him up. Like, the time frame is just really crazy right now of like her getting to the airport, him getting to the airport. So anyway, Brenda drives Jack back to the house. He goes in, and we see that Felice somehow got Amy back home from the church. Like, she still passed out. Like, wouldn't people be looking at her like, is this lady dragging this girl down the street? So, Lord. So, Amy is in this bed. Felice is about to do this ritual thing, but we don't know exactly what she's doing. And then Jack comes in. And Jack is like, what the hell are you doing? And then he starts fighting with Felice. But then she, like, seduces him again. And then they go to fuck in the other room. I can't with Jack. He just keeps screwing his sister-in-law. And I mean, they are like really doing it, you guys. Oh my god, there's boobies in this movie and everything. Like, I didn't see that when I first saw this movie. Okay, so then Amy wakes up and she's like, what the fuck is happening? So Brenda helps her get out of the house by, I guess, climbing up on a ladder to the second floor. So then they make a noise and Felice is like, oh my god, what was that? And realizes that Amy is gone. So she's looking for her. So now we're at the end of the movie, you guys. So back to this stupid cat. So Brenda gets Brenda gets attacked by this cat. So we find that the cat is actually Felice. So I don't know if it's actually a real cat or she just like projects a cat. But the cat is her. So whatever the cat sees, she sees. Yeah. So anyway, Brenda gets this cat and like stabs it with a rake and sticks it into this bug zapper thing. And the cat catches on fire. So there's this cat burning. And then at one point, Felice comes out and then she knocks Brenda out. They hit the gas tank on the grill. And so the gas tank is now spraying gas and it ignited with the flames of the cat or something stupid. And so now the gas thing is it's a fireball, right? And then Jack is there because Jack is like stupid. So they all just end up in the backyard. Like Brenda's knocked out. Felice gets a hold of Amy and Amy finally goes, what do you want? And then she says the line,
What do you want? A kiss.
so now you can see that like Felice's body is like wearing like breaking down. Like it's getting old and yucky. So they end up in the pool. Like the pool plays a big part in this movie because Amy's always swimming. She never says she's on a swimming team or anything, but there's like 5 times in this movie where she's swimming back and forth in the pool. So they're fighting. Jack jumps in and they're fighting too. So look at you guys. The reason that the aunt wants to kiss Amy is because when she was a little girl, the reason her aunt kissed her is because there's this parasite snake worm thing that's like a curse and it's only passed through family members of the same blood. Okay? So the aunt, I guess, decided, well, I'm just gonna pass this thing on to this girl while I'm on this train, I guess. So Felice has had this thing in her body this whole time. So now that's why she wants to kiss Amy. She wants to now pass this thing, which she starts like ing, and you can see the thing coming out of her mouth. Looks like a damn like Freddy Krueger movie. So this snake thing is coming out, and Jack is trying to stop it. So that is the reason why she's there. There's also this weird story that goes nowhere because in the very beginning when you see the 2 little girls, Hillary is like, I'll hold on to your necklace, or Felice is like, hold on to my necklace until we meet again, some stupid mess like that. So there's this cross. And then when Amy was having the pool party, her mom was like, here's your gift for being baptized. It's this cross because I didn't buy you anything else. So the cross plays no part in this movie because you see that you're like, oh well, maybe this cross is magical or it's gonna trap something, or maybe she used it to no the cross never comes back into the movie. So I don't understand this whole thing about this cross necklace because it does nothing. Anyway, Felice's body is getting so worn and old or whatever that she's pretty much losing the battle. So she starts floating to the bottom of the pool. However, the little snake thing is already out. And now it's swimming its way towards Amy. So Brenda comes back too. And so now Brenda's helping Amy out of the pool. Now, again, Amy has been in this pool like 5 times in this movie. Like, she's right next to the steps to get out of the pool. But yet, There's like a whole like 3-minute sequence, so it's so long, of her trying to get out of this pool, and she can't. So she can't get out. Brenda's trying to get her out. She keeps falling back into the water. And I'm like, bitch, there is a fucking ladder right next to you. Use it. But she doesn't. So, again, the propane tank is spitting out fireballs. So this thing falls into the water, and then I guess it explodes. So there's this big, huge explosion. Water goes everywhere. I guess it killed the worm thing. So the parasite is done. So I guess the curse is broken. But you're like, oh my God, like Amy was in the water at the time, right? But no, she managed to get out. We just didn't see it. And then that's it. Movie's over. Y'all, when I tell you, I'm trying to figure out why I used to watch this movie. I mean, Fox was new, and like I just watched everything that showed on it, and I swear they tried to make their money back with this movie because it was on all the time. But it just makes no sense because it's not like Felice came and, I mean, she doesn't go into detail when she said, you know, hey Hillary, I want to visit you, it's time. And Hillary's like, no, bitch, like, don't come here. She never says, like, I have to get this done before a certain age. I have to get this done by the 12th of the month. I have to get this done before there's a full moon. Like, you were here all these days killing people, and then you waited to this one day just to be like, okay, I'm gonna put this thing in my niece's body. Like, why didn't you do that on day one? I don't understand, like, why? Is it when you get to a certain age that, but you don't know. Her aunt didn't give her instructions. Her aunt put her on a train, kissed her, and died. So I don't understand why all these years later Felice is like, oh, now it's time to pass this thing on. Like, I don't know. Ay. This movie is so dumb. I love having like an adult perspective now. Now that I have rediscovered this movie, I don't need to watch it again. I really don't. So, what would I give The Kiss? Y'all, I'm gonna give this movie one shot. I'm gonna give it one, only because of the fact that it is another movie from my childhood that I just haven't seen in a while. Like, I didn't know this movie was still, like, I literally one day was like, whatever happened to that movie, The Kiss? Like, because I gave up on asking my friends about this movie. No one I ever talked to knows about this movie. So I just kind of blanked out my head. And then I was trying to think of what movies to talk about for this year's Orphathon, and it's kind of popped up, and bam, it's on YouTube. So unedited. So if you are someone like me, if you are watching and you remember watching this movie on TV, like, watch it. It's unedited on TV or YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna give this movie one shot just because childhood memories. Because it's really bad. There's no point. You wait all these days to do your evil plan, I guess. Like, and then you kill all these people for what? You kill these people, then you're like, okay, whatever. It's not like they gave you more power or anything. I don't know. I'm gonna need some music for this. So, cheers. It's all gone. Okay, you guys. So wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm alive. All right. So look, you guys. So that was The Kiss. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever seen this movie? Have you heard of it? What are your thoughts of it? Am I tripping? Is this just a stupid movie? I mean, it's a stupid movie, but I mean, did it make any sense? Did I miss Did I miss something of the storyline of why? I think they just made a movie just to make a movie. I mean, it has like some fine parts in it, I guess, but at the end, why? I want to know why. Alright, so yeah, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so and also please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next spooky episode. So until then, I'm gonna burn my head. TTFN.